Just let them talk if they want to. Talk, don't bother me. When we talk of Albert Camus, there are but two things that come to the forefront: his humanity? No. One is his political life, and the other, the philosophical, his thinking self. And due to the circumstances, the conditions of his childhood, youth, young adulthood, it behooves me to say there's not an analyst in the world that can stand in judgment on the former. No Freudian scholar, no Jungian analyst who can say, I know that type. Of course, there are clues. One doesn't need to look far or wide for that matter. That lecture that he had delivered in French at these American universities, particularly this one in Columbia, New York, which was recreated and delivered in English by Viggo Mortensen, tells us all we need to know about the man, his humanity. And because Viggo Mortensen was such a devoted fan of Albert Camus, he was able to hit the right tone, which captures not only the essence, but Camus' view on truth and justice. No, he didn't consider himself a hero. I get the impression he was just one among us who have questions, are in search of answers. All he seemed to have done is seek it, find it, report on it. One of the things he writes about in his personal essays is this idea of poverty, the experience. I think he believed that poverty is something to be overcome. It's never an impediment. It didn't faze him at all. I think he said once that if he's not able to get what he's looking for in terms of career, advancing himself, poverty is the last thing he would blame. It would purely be because of the lack of his effort. He spoke as if poverty, just like the weather, is something that you have to contend with. Back in the day, late last century, we used to watch the Oscars. I don't anymore. I remember the speech by Roberto Benigni. He had just won the Oscar. Here's some of it, thanking his parents for the experience of poverty. The video clip that I had on here was blocked by copyright. Here's a bit of the audio.
This is Italy's 26th nomination and its 10th Academy Award.
Thank you, Sophia. I live here the Oscar, but I want you. And also I would like to thank my parents in Vergaio, in the little village in Italy. They gave me the biggest gift, poverty, and I want to thank them for the rest of my life. Really, but thank you, Mama and Papa. Thank you. And thank you for your love. Because if I am here, it's because people love the movie. So it's always a question of love. I would like to dedicate this prize to...
It's always a question of love. I like that. Hopeless or hopeful, any which way. I find Camus interesting because after he had been awarded the Nobel Prize, and he had had a few publications by then, he was recognized. I think for a while there, he started to gain this reputation as a nice guy, a good guy, and he seemed uncomfortable with it. He acknowledges the temptation to believe, the allure, but seemed afraid of it. He didn't much care for compliments. I think he believed that there's no such thing as a genuine compliment. There's only good criticism, or something like that.